Hi everyone, I hope you're well and keeping in good spirits with the lockdown. What I'm going to be doing today is talking about some quotes that I've been posting on various social medias, and also talking about a very famous question I'm sure most of us have been asked at interviews, and in some cases we may have even asked that question like I have on numerous occasions. So when I look at some of the quotes that I've been posting from various notable people, historians, business leaders, philosophers, psychoanalysts, and some of my own quotes, what I find is each and every quote has a lot of validity and is true for a certain situation. But then, quite rightly, there are some quotes that will say completely the opposite thing, but also have a lot of validity in them and a lot of substance in them. So I was thinking about that, and also that very, very famous question we've all been asked is, right, you've asked your 6 questions at an interview, or you've been asked those 6 questions, depending on which side of the interview desk you are. And then that very famous question, right, could you please give us your 5 strengths and could you give us your 5 weaknesses? For those of us that are trained and had many interviews, you go away and you learn a dozen skills that you know are going to be beneficial for the job you're going for, and then the positive strengths that you need to get that job. And then in terms of the negatives, you'll say something like, I'm not really aware of any weaknesses. I'm sure I've got a few, but they haven't been noted to me. And if they are, I'm a quick learner and I put them right. So you become very skilled in answering that question. As I went for more and more interviews in my personal life, in the careers that I had, at one point I thought about that and I thought, do you know what, if ever I get asked that question again, I'm going to answer it in a completely different way. And I did. So I get asked that question and I give the answer, I don't have any strengths and weaknesses. I just have skills and attributes and qualities. So the interview panel looked at me a little bit confused, because I hadn't conformed in giving them the standard answer they were expecting. So they allowed me to elaborate, which I knew they would. And then I said, look, being patient, being a decision maker, whatever we have classified as strengths, they can also be weaknesses in a different situation. So here's an example. If you're very emotional, very caring, and that is you by default, you're going for a caring job, that's going to be very suitable, very applicable. But if you're going in to be something where you just need to put your emotions aside, that in that case would not be a strength, it would be a weakness at that time, if you were saying going for a certain role where you needed to keep your emotions in check. So after explaining and elaborating a little bit more and saying what you have to do is to make sure that the task you're doing or the situation you find yourself in, that you're able to adopt to it, to use each and every skill, attribute, capability, whatever word you want to use out of the dictionary, to get that task done quickly and successfully in the most favorable way possible. So for example, and if you're very, very patient, that's always listed as a strength for most cases and most people. But I've known people that have been that patient, a year on, the task still hasn't been done. So it's about adopting to the situation and getting the best in the best way possible. At least that's what I think. What are your thoughts on that? I'd love to know. I hope you've enjoyed this little video today. Do hit the like button if you do, and do hit the subscribe button, and I will be back. Take care and have a pleasant day.